Good morning, guys. Welcome to our second virtual morning meeting. A lot of you did the work on Seesaw yesterday, but didn't do the rest of the work. So I wanted to make sure that wasn't because you didn't know where to find it. I realized usually when we have an e-learning day, the day before in class, I go over where to find the work and we go over the work, and we didn't do that this time. So I'm lucky to have two iPads here at home. I have my school iPad and my personal iPad. So I'm going to video some things that I figured out on Seesaw that you may have already figured out. Some tips for how to get that to work better, and then I'm also going to do a video of how to get to the e-learning. I'm going to upload that on Seesaw for the class and to Dojo and Facebook for the parents. So let me flip the camera around. Okay, so this is your Seesaw page, or sort of what your Seesaw page should look like when you're logged in. And right now I've got it set so we can see everybody's work and everybody's comments. Yeah, I know you can kind of look at what other people said and get ideas from that, but that's okay because I want us to feel like we're really together as a class so you can see everyone's things. But over the weeks, this is going to get really bogged down with seeing everyone's things. So if you want to just see your work and what I've assigned to you, you come over here to this side and you click on your name. So let's say I'm Aiden and I just want to see my work and what Mrs. Knight posted. So now I just see what I've done and what Mrs. Knight has posted for me to do, okay? The other thing I wanted to talk about are the worksheets. Let me see, Peter had one on here that was a good example. Peter printed his out and then did the work. I want to show you this right here, that button right there. If you'll hit that before you do the work, I think it'll take all of this off the sides and make the work the full page. So if you hit that either before you do the work and or before you print it out, I don't think you'll have all this stuff over on the side. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's the case. Also, as you upload this, if you're not printing it out first, make sure you upload it going up and down or vertical. Let me show you. That one's not too bad because it's printed out. Okay, this one here. This one is printed going up and down, and it's pretty easy to read and see for me to grade and look at. There was another one. That one's the same way. It's going vertical, so it's pretty easy for me to see and read. There was one, I think Jaden did it. And Jaden, it's fine because you didn't know, yeah. This one, for some reason, when I go into it, well, no, it's fine. Never mind. I could only see part of it the other day. So, but it's still a lot easier if things are going this way for me and I don't have to lean over sideways to read them. Okay, so those are my Seesaw things and advice. Let me remind you how to get to the lessons. So on your iPad, you should have a link that says e-learning. Yours looks a little different than mine because I think it was actually downloaded as an app, but you're going to click on that. It says e-learning, and it should open a page through our school website that looks something like this. And you can scroll down. Here we have specials. So my mind's gone blank. The music teacher is giving you optional activities, something you do for music, something you do for computer, something you do for art each week. And these are really fun things to do. But other than the specials one, unless you're in Mrs. Trotter's class part of the day, you're going to go down to 4th grade and click on that. And that's going to open our home page. This is our cover page for our lessons. So I've done a lot of work here typing things in. This is an overview of what we'll be doing over the next 3 weeks. I do suggest you read this, but there are no links here or anything to do here. Especially the writing research part would be good to read because it kind of explains why this is important and why I want you doing this. Also, anywhere class that it says optional enrichment, this isn't required, but it's something for you to do for fun if you're bored and you want to do more, if you have time to do more. Okay? To get to the actual lessons, you're going to click on this link here at the top in red. I'm not sure it went. Try again. There we go. Okay, so here we have the first week. This week we only have 2 lessons. We have English Language Arts, and many of you have done this already, where you watch the video of Mrs. Bollinger reading Other Places to Go, and you go to Seesaw and answer the questions. And if you scroll down, we have our math lesson. Everyone's, unless you've passed both multiplication and division, everyone's supposed to do an extra math lesson. Mrs. Bollinger is requiring 2 ALEKS topics this first week. I'm making that optional this first week. Of course, I would like you to do it, but it's not required. And then we have a video to watch on partial products. So this is multiplying, so you watch this video, and then the work we've assigned is on IXL, and it will go with that video, okay? And then we have optional work if you want to do it. SumDog is free right now, so instead of just math, we should have all of the games, we should have grammar, we should have spelling, so that's neat. And then we have our other assignments. This is going to sometimes be, most of the time it's going to be journaling, and then the optional research project, okay? And then we go to day 2. Here we have a very short reminder of the reading as thinking strategies that we've been working on all year. We have the video of Mrs. Gardner reading the first 2 chapters of our read aloud, and we have the worksheets that you need to do. So let me show you on these worksheets. Let's see if what I'm thinking will work. If we click on those, okay, so right now we have all this stuff out to the side. I think if you scroll down and you hit that button, maybe not. Oh, it was already hit, I guess. I was hoping we could get it full screen. I might start researching maybe a better way to upload those worksheets. Actually, if we turn it this way now, yeah, there we go. So now we can take a screenshot of that. If you want to take a screenshot of it, remember you hit the home button and the button at the top at the same time. And then you should be able to, yeah, write on this. And then save it and upload it that way if you don't have a printer at home. Okay. Well, I don't want to really save mine because I don't need to. Okay. Tomorrow, then we have the math lesson. It looks like it is over partial product again, only we're going to be using some bigger numbers this time. And then today's lesson for the other section is to watch a video lesson from Mrs. Kelps about worry. Okay, so that's this week's lessons. Not a lot this week, but we have all those extra things you can do. If we go to the next week, we have 3 weeks worth on here. Again, we have, this is, I'm reading chapters 3 and 4 this time. We have the same type of worksheet, so the next 3 weeks, your work's going to be pretty consistent in reading. We're not going to throw a bunch of new things at you. And then we have optional enrichment. Again, we have a video about a math lesson. And then this time we actually have a worksheet for you to do instead of an IXL because we're working on the cube strategy. Remember, when we're doing cubes, you have to mark up that paper. You have to circle the important numbers. You have to underline the question. And then next week, we're going to start journaling. So next week, we have a link here of a video I did giving you some suggestions on how to do your journaling, how to organize it. These are just suggestions. You don't have to do it that way. But if you don't quite know how to start, then that's a good way to start. Next week, also, our 3rd lesson each week is going to be ALEKS and Achieve. This is no longer optional for Mrs. Knight's class. You have to do it next week, okay? So anyways, I hope that was helpful to kind of see what you should see as you get to your lessons. Do what you can. I don't want you stressing out over it, but I also don't want you doing nothing, okay? We need to try to do some of this at least. It's not difficult work. It's all review, and we didn't give you a lot. I know a couple of my students have already finished all of this week and have started on next week. And then some of you haven't logged in yet, and that's fine. I don't want to stress you out, but we need to be doing something if we can, please. If you have any questions, students, the best way to get me questions are to message me on ALEKS. That seems to work pretty well. Sierra did that yesterday. or send me a message on Seesaw, because I don't think Dojo is working on your iPads. Parents, if you have messages or if you want to send me a message from your child, you can use Seesaw or not Seesaw, I'm sorry, Dojo, or I have started a Facebook page that you can join if Facebook is easier for you. Please, please, please communicate with me. Let's stay in touch. I miss you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.